Have a good day. Right. So instead of starting on your back, we're going to start on your seat. And so just find you some space. Make sure you have some arm space around you. Uh, that'll be important. And I think yeah, that's far enough high. Well, I'll just bring it down just so that way things are getting good. Okay. Have a seat. Knees are bent, feet are flat, hands are straight out in front of you. All right. And good news, we are just now starting. So whenever you get in here, just go. Perfect. All right, so from here, hands are going out nice and long, feet are flat. Instead of your arms, instead of you breathing and pumping your arms here, I want you to bring your hands down to the floor, pull your knees up towards your chest, and then reverse. So we're just gonna pick and up, put them down. Pick them up, put them down, and lift and lower. So don't worry about how much you're inhaling or exhaling here. Just hands are moving and legs are moving. So we're trying to pull the knees towards you. If this is terrible for your tailbone, keep your feet down and just move your arms. So that's an option. Arms down, arms up, arms down, arms up. And we're gonna switch and pull. Last 8 and 7, 6, over 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good. Go ahead. Straighten the legs out long. Point the toes. Pull the toes back for your roll up. We're going to start here. Pull the rib cage down. Roll back until you just can't control anymore and hold. Hold. I want you to pulse forward 2 inches, back 2 inches. So you're rolling up towards your toes 2 inches and away from your toes. And up and back. Up and back. Try to keep your heels grounded as best as you can. Pull and push. Here's 3 more. Back. Away 2. Try to get a little lower each time. And forward. And then rest completely all the way back onto your back. All right, so now since we did the little half roll down with our upper body, we're going to do the opposite with our legs. So both legs are coming up to the ceiling. And instead, I want you to have the hands anchored onto the floor. We are reaching the feet out to where the ceiling meets the wall, and then bring your feet back up. So push your legs away, pull your legs forward, and out, lift. Good, reach and pull. Here's last 4, and up, 3, lift, 2, back, last one, reach out, pull up, and bring one leg down. Good. So these are going to be the small leg circles today. So no hip lifting, no rib cage lifting. Take one leg over the top of the body and around, and we'll just have 5 this direction. If you feel like that hip clucking or popping is too much, try to really feel like your leg is into your hips. So you're kind of anchoring heavy down into the floor. And last one, reverse the circle. Take it away, swing it up and lift, out and tall, over and up. Last 3 and 2, last one. Good. Pull that knee in, give it a good hug. Maybe now you can pull that hip over for a stretch if you need to. So really good reach through that rib cage. And then we'll switch legs. So same action, other leg, cross the body first for 5, out and around 1, over 2. Keeping that hip nice and anchored into that hip socket. I know the dark pants on the dark floor is not super easy to see, but try to feel like you're pulling down. And last one. Now reverse the circle. Push the leg away from you. Swing it into the body. Out and lift. Away and up. Reach. Last one. Good. Same action by pulling that knee in. Give them a nice hug. Take that knee away from you. So reach through that hip. Press through the rib cage to open the arm out, and then we'll be back. All right, so from here is where we're deviating from mat work a little bit. We're going to move into our arm strap series. So if available, keep your knees in tabletop the whole time. Knees can be as close to your shoulders as they need to for your low back. Okay, so knees in tabletop as best you can. Hands are to the ceiling. I want you to inhale, reach both arms back, but really feel like your rib cage is staying on the floor. So not lifting that rib cage up, really hugging the floor with the ribs, and then come back, hands over shoulders. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward. And take it away and back. So rather than the true lower and lift of the arms, we are getting just a nice little 90-degree movement here. So that way we can actually have some tension, some load onto the arms. Last one, and rest. So rest the feet at any time. Bring the palms towards each other. We're going to open the book. So we're going to reach the walls beside you, pull the hands back together. In this one, I want you to really feel like you're picking something heavy up off of the floor and release. So pull it towards you and out. Exhale up, inhale, reach, and pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Obviously, if you're feeling like you need a little more ab work, you can straighten the legs long out to where the high diagonal is. Be careful of your back, make sure it's not lifting. And last one of the book. Good. Now from here, we're going to have a small dead bug. So your right arm is going to reach behind you. Your left leg will reach out away from you. We'll come back to center. We'll push the left arm back, right foot forward. Inhale, center. Right arm, left leg, and center. Left arm, right leg, and together. Good. Push away. Pull it together. Out. In. Out. Try to maintain the box between your hands and your knees and out. So no moving hands forward, no moving knees more forward towards your shoulder. And we have 2 more each side. Right arm, left leg, and in, left arm, right leg, and in. Rest 1, right arm, and back, left arm, and center. Good. Rest the feet again if you need to. If that hip flexor is starting to feel a little tight, go ahead and get a small butterfly stretch of the knees and hips. Okay, so carry on with our arm series. We're going to move into our arm circles. So knees back in tabletop once again, or at a high diagonal. Inhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Exhale, reach the hands up and all the way behind your head to come up to the ceiling. So floor, walls, back wall, and ceiling. Floor, out, up, ceiling, down, out, around, lift, last 4, this way, and 3, and 2, reach. Last one, down, out, and at the ceiling, reverse. Push the hands away. Pull the hands into the body. So right there's where the resistance is going to come in. Lift the hands to the ceiling. Push back. Pull to the hip. Lift to the ceiling and out. Pull in. Lift up. Out. Swim the arms. Lift the arms and out. Swim. Last 2. And up. Good. Last one. And rest. All right, good. And bring the legs down there for a second. Now from here, for our mock tricep press, our elbows will be anchored into the floor next to you. Head and shoulders are going to be lifted. So either still knees in tabletop or feet flat on the floor. But with your head and shoulders lifted, I want you to press the elbows straight and either pull the knees towards you or straighten the legs. So say I'm in tabletop. As my elbows straighten, my knees straighten. That is together. Elbows and knees straighten. Both of them straighten. If my feet are down on the floor, I'm just going to bring my knees to me as I bring my elbows long. Big inhale and a good exhale. So we'll have a whole minute of these. So just get nice and comfy and reach. You can kind of split time between both of them. We're about halfway through. And reach. Good inhale and a good exhale. Press and pull. Press and pull. Try to feel like you have a little bungee between your heels and your hands. You're getting a nice stretch. Good. Last 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and time. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so the last one of our arm series we're going to do today is going to be on your side. So go ahead and pick a side. We're going to roll over. Both knees will stay bent, and then both hands are going to be kind of like a little baby shark arm. I don't even know. Stacked. They're going to be stacked. All right. My niece loves that thing. Okay. Top hand is coming up to the ceiling. We are holding the ceiling. We are going to pull the shoulder back down towards the floor behind you. And then I want you to punch the ceiling. So pull it down and ceiling. Shoulder blade just slides on that rib cage. Bring your shoulder back. Reach forward. Bring it back. Reach forward. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Last 4 and 3 and 2. Let gravity pull it down and hold, and then just fold right back over. Okay, same thing, opposite side. I'm just gonna show you what my shoulder blades are doing. So I'm gonna turn opposite of you, but you can just turn where your head is the other way. Okay, so hands are stacked, knees are stacked, hand is up tall to the ceiling and hold. We're gonna pull the shoulder down and behind you and then press the fingertips to the ceiling and pull back, lift, pull, lift. Just reach that shoulder down, letting gravity really pull it into its socket and back, up, pull, reach. Last 4 and 3, out 2, and 1. Good. Now hold that shoulder back into its socket, so on your rib cage, and then fold over, hand to hand. Awesome. Okay, so our little arm series is done there. Let's get some mobilization in the shoulders. From here, go ahead and rock up to sit. So pull the knees in, come on up, and hold the knees. So ideally, if you haven't done this already this week, I want you to bring your elbows onto your knees for rolling like a ball. I promise it's not super terrible. Just the first one's a little hard. It's not terrible, just hard. If you have done it this week, you are allowed to hold onto your ankles, but I'm gonna trust you. And so hands are on the elbows, we're gonna rock and roll and lift. Good. And rock, roll, and lift. Keep them anchored. And here we go. Rock, roll, pull. Good. And out. Oh, I lost it. Okay. Total of 10. 5, 6. Really make sure that your nose is looking towards your navel. I just like that for the alliteration, towards your belly button. Good. Last 2. Ah, almost lost it. Okay, last one. And out and back and hold. Good. And then rest. So go ahead and butterfly the knees if you need to. Straighten the legs, just kind of rock side to side, however is best stretch for you. For our ab series today, we're going to be seated just like we were in our 100. So remember here, we are having the knees bent, feet flat. We are having both hands behind the right thigh or the right calf, and we are going to pull that leg towards you. The opposite leg is reaching to the wall in front of you. Now from here, I want you to switch. Good, and switch. So pull and switch, pull and switch. If you need to have a foot on the floor, pull and switch like this, that's okay. Keep that heel drag, but if you're having your heel on the floor, you've really got to pull this knee towards you, okay? So pull and push. Have a nice balance wherever you are, if you're on the floor or slightly suspended, and pull and reach. Good. Last 3, out, 2, out. Last 1, pull, push, and rest. Good. Now from here, we're gonna move into our double leg stretch. So very similar in that heel slide effect. Hands will still be underneath the leg as best as possible for the pull. All right, so we're starting here with the pull. We are reaching the heels and arms away and pulling them back in. So if you're dragging the heels, you're pressing through the wall, sitting as tall as you can, and then come back. I should make sure that you feel really slinky-ish and then really compact. So press the ceiling away, pull the floor towards you. Out and reach, up and pull. Out and reach, up and pull. Out and reach, up and pull. Last 3, out. Last 2, up and around. Good. Last one, up, up, out, out, and rest the feet. All right, so from here, so this is going to be a little weird. I do want you to keep your other foot on the floor. So go ahead and straighten that leg long. Doesn't matter if it's pointed toe or flexed toe, just feel like you're anchoring through that back of the calf and heel. Opposite leg is lifted. So from here, we're going to take it for a ride like in tree rather than pulling it twice. So hands can be underneath knee, underneath ankle. We are going to rock back. We're going to go as far as you can while keeping that calf and heel on the floor. And then I want you to sit right back up. Exhale. Woo. Inhale, lift. Good. So inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. I will say this toe that I'm holding is pointed. So do that so that way you can kind of keep this connection in the hip. You can have one leg low, one leg high, and back. You can go all the way back to your shoulder blades if you're feeling awesome, and then all the way back up. So that's a great little walk of the climb in the tree, I should say. Walk of the body. And out. All right, last 2 for everybody. And last one, take it away. And lift. Oh, that was gonna be hard. All right, let that leg rest. Go ahead and make sure that it's anchored onto the floor. I'm sorry, have a slight bit of noise. And then come on back. Don't worry, that's not a small elephant. And then hinge and lift and hinge. Good. Top foot is pointed. The bottom leg is anchored. So we are having that heel and calf really pressing into the floor. So as you pull this leg up, pull the ribcage back. So you're really getting a stretch between the shoulder blades. So right through the middle, it's as long as it can be here. Okay. So carry on. We'll probably have like 3 more if you've been going. Well, I've been talking a lot this time. And out and lift. Last one for me. Good. And rest. All right, carrying on for our lower and lift. We're gonna come back into that long back position, both legs tall to the ceiling, both feet are up. So hands are underneath hips for you or underneath your head. We're lifting the head and shoulders. Now, legs will be with emphasis today. So that means we are going to quickly lower the feet down, and then we are slowly lifting them up towards the ceiling for 5 counts, and quickly reach down, hold. Lift up slowly for 5, 3, 2, reach and hold 1, lift, 3, 4, 5, and reach, hold, up, up, up. Last one, reach and hold, lift, 2, 3, and hold. Rest the head if you need to. Reverse the leg emphasis. So we are going a slow down, 2, 3, 4, 5, quick lift, and now slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, quick, up and down, slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, quick, and down, 2 more, to lift and hold down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quick, and release. Pull the knees in, give them a nice little hug, maybe even a little happy baby or a butterfly. So from here, for crisscross, I'd like to sit up one more time. So come on up. And very similar to our single leg stretch, where we're pulling one and either having one hovered or whatnot, we'll have that same situation, but keeping the spine nice and tall. So hands can be behind your head. That's gonna be the biggest challenge. For a medium challenge, hands are just gonna stay in front of you and we'll pull the knee, okay? So wherever you are staying on the floor, you're hovering, whatever, find your comfort zone, come on back. I'm going to rotate and show you what this one looks like. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, pull. Maybe that's just one arm pulling that knee in, that's okay. Maybe one foot's on the floor. Maybe if one foot's on the floor, you can do the one where both hands are behind your head. Ooh, options aplenty. If you know me, I love a little, I don't even know what the song's called, but a Little Mermaid song. Oohs, it's and what's it's galore. And back, good. Pick wherever you are and over. Yep, we're doing 10 each side. Since you have options, and pull and switch, pull and switch, pull and switch. Last 2 and over. Last 1 and over. Good. Rest the legs out into that butterfly if you're having some hip flexor issues. Goodness, a lot of letters. Okay, legs are out long in front of you now. For a classic spine stretch forward, feet are toes pulled back, nice and flexed. Hands are at the shoulder height. Round up and over. Go reach past your toes as far as you can, and then come back up. Inhale, exhale, round. Pull, 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 pull the body apart. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. So if you just happen to have a comrade nearby and someone can actually pull your hands for you and you can pull your ribcage back, ooh, feels great. Make them pull through the hands and you're pulling that ribcage back to the back wall and lift. Last 2 right here, out, over, and lift. Last one here, out, over, and back to lift. All right, so from here, let's get things saw and corkscrew today. We're gonna go right into your tummy work extension. So come on down, facing either direction, doesn't matter.
but I'd like to have hands underneath the shoulders to start off with. Toes are flat onto the floor, and ideally I want to get into a small swan dive today. So if your low back is feeling kind of tight, or any kind of extension in the upper back gives you pain or a pinch, I'll give you another option. So from here, first option, which is the one that's a little less aggressive, hands will be underneath your shoulders. We'll lift the hands up off of the floor, and I want you to lift your head and shoulders up by pushing into the top of the feet and then roll back down. That'll be the less aggressive option. So if you like that, go ahead and go to 10. If you want a little more challenge, it's called a swan dive. It's also a lot of words, so just watch for a second. I want you to press up so you're more high, so your whole rib cage is off of the floor. And then I want you to shoot the arms out, legs come up, and then we catch ourselves. So it's a lot of rolling onto the hip and pelvis, so just be prepared. And then rock and lift. So your hands go out, feet go up. Here we go. Reach and lift. You get to choose what you like. If you want to just come back at any time to these nice miniature swans that are beautiful and get the same amount of work, go ahead and do that. If you're diving, go ahead and have two more. And up and up. Good. Wherever we are, let's go ahead and press back into a nice little child's pose. So pressing the hands away from the hips as far as they can go. So you're getting nice and tall. And great. Okay. So from there, moving on, we're going to stay on your tummy for just a second. But now your forearms are what's propping you up. We are pressing up and away from the floor. So most of us have done what's called a serratus push-up in a class or two that I've taught. This one, we are going to keep the hips on the floor for this. So it's a lot of shoulder blade motion. A lot of shoulder blade motion. Can't you tell what my theme is today? Made it up. Okay, sorry for that noise. That was my hair. Okay, we're going to bring the heart down towards the floor, press the body up and away. So if you can, melt that belly button down and then press it up off of the mat. So the only thing that's really touching the floor is your forearms and your thighs. So melt down and press up. Melt and lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Melt and lift. Last two, and out. One, out, and done. Now from here, building onto this, we are going to add either your body's gonna be lifted onto your toes or onto your knees. So come on up and we'll hold either a little knee plank or a toe plank, nice and even on your forearms. The motion, rather than forward or down and up, will be forward and back. So here is what it's going to look like on the knee version, because it'll look a little different. You're going to have a slight bend in the hip, and then we're going to push the hip forward and then bring the hip back. So that'll what it'll be look like if you're on your knees. If you're on your toes, we're going to flex and point the toes. Flex and point. Go ahead and join me at whatever variation you like. And we'll go here for 10. And lift and lower. So you might have to walk the toes back underneath you every now and then, but that's okay. And pull, push. Here's 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the knees back down. Hopefully everyone didn't get too ridiculous on their elbows right now. But from here, we're gonna go ahead and turn it back over onto your back. All right. So while we're continuing this new shoulder theme, with the bridges, we are going to have the hands reach underneath your hips. So here's what it's going to look like. Bridge the hips up, hold the hips to the ceiling. Hands are now going to try to interlace your fingers underneath your shoulders. And I really want you to get a good reach towards your heels. So all the while, you're in the bridge. Now from here, keep pulling the hands down towards your heels. And I want you to walk the heels next to each other. So heel to heel, toe to toe, and then walk the heel and toe away from each other. About 3 steps wide and 3 steps in. So heel, toe, the body back. Heel, toe, the feet away from each other. Very good. Heel, toe in, all the way till heels and toes touch, and heel, toe out. If this is getting super terrible on your shoulders, you can let them go and just have your hands flat, but try for as long as you can to keep them in that stretch. And back. Good. Heel, toe out. Heel, toe in. And we have 2 more like that. Push away and in Good. Last one. Walk the feet away from each other and then walk the heels back together. Good. Go ahead and release the hands. Take them back so they're flat onto the mat. Curl through that rib cage as you roll all the way through the spine, one bone at a time. Now, from here, all that looked great. We're going to bridge the hips, start our single leg footwork, which is mostly bicycles, scissors, and a little bit of circles, and then we'll move on. Okay, so from here, obviously we're gonna try to keep the hips even throughout this whole trip. So go ahead and bridge the hips up once, hold, pull the right knee towards you, and then we're in a bicycle. So straighten that leg to the ceiling, bring it down leg height, pull the knee in, reach the foot up, out and in, up, out and 4, up, out and 5, reach, and 6, lift. Keep the hips even, 7, out and 8, last 2, pull, reach, 9, pull, reach, 10, bring the foot to the floor, melt through the spine. We'll reset the hips with the other leg. So pull the hips to the ceiling and hold. Make sure you're grounded into that first leg. Pull that other knee to shoulder, straighten the leg, reach long, even with the other leg. Bend, straighten, and reach. Bend, straighten, reach. Pull, up, out, pull, up, 5 and 6, up, over, bend, and 7 and 8, over 9, keep the hips even, and 10. That message was more for me than for you. All right, so now moving into scissors. We will have that 2-pulse scissor like we do in our ab series. One leg is anchored, one leg is tall. We will toes to nose, pull, pull, and then release. Pull, pull, and release. So here we go. Hips are tall to the ceiling and hold. One leg goes up, nice and straight to the ceiling. Pull the toes towards your nose twice. Pull, pull, and straighten that leg. Pull, pull, reach. 3, 3, out. 4, 4, out. Lift, lift, out. 6, and back. 7, 7, reach. 8, 8, use that hamstring. 9, 9, last one. 10, 10, bring the knee back down. Roll through the spine. Fantastic. Other side, same action. If you need to adjust how the foot is oriented, go ahead and do so. Press the hips tall. Good. Straighten the leg, toes to nose, and out. 2, 2, out. 3, 3, reach. 4, 4, back. 5, 5, long. 6, 6, and out. 7, 7, back. 8, 8, reach. 9, 9, out, last, up, and bend. Release through the spine. Now I understand if your back's starting to get a little tight, so if you need to rock the knees side to side, go ahead and do so. If you need to straighten the legs, roll the toes in and out, that's also another option. From here, what I mean by small circles is, so you have one leg anchored, one leg is tall to the ceiling. When that leg is straight up to the ceiling, I want small circles away from you. So you're gonna take it out, down, then towards the leg and up, okay? So that's where we're starting. We're gonna have 5 each direction. Bridge the hips up, first leg is to the ceiling. Reach away from the body, come down to the floor, up to the ceiling. Out and out. Out around 4, out around 5, and then reverse. Go down, out, and up. Down first, out, and lift. 3, over 4, and 5. Bring that foot back down. That wasn't so bad. There you go. Now you know on one leg, so you've got it on the second. Come on up, press the ceiling and hold. Circle around for 5, over 4, out 3, 2, 1. Reverse that circle, go down first, out second, up, down, out, lift. 3, 4, and 5. Bend that knee, bring the foot down, roll through the spine. Fantastic. All right, so from there, once again, straighten the legs, hips, or whatever you need. Pull the knees in and rock up to sit. Okay, so since we've done a lot of our ab work in a seated position, we are definitely doing our teaser in a seated position as well. So if your tailbone's not feeling so hot, go ahead and lay back onto your back. I apologize. Okay, so from here, hands are gonna stay up slightly higher than your shoulder, almost eye height. Your fingernails should be about eye height. Now, keeping the feet down, or even lifted. We're going to press the feet away, pull the knees up toward your shoulders as high as you can. So those heels really have to pull in and press the feet out. Inhale here, exhale, pull. So keeping that distance, making sure the fingertips are at eye level and really pulling the heels in. Inhale out, exhale, pull, 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 pull. Inhale here. If you feel like you can go like a quarter inch more, go a quarter inch more and out. And pull, 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 and reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And rest. Good. So now our second one, naturally, is going to involve the arms. So with the legs, ideally they're lifted by now, but if they need to stay on the floor, keep them on the floor. We want the hands to circle today. Told you it's about shoulder blades now. So we're going to come back into that hover, reaching the legs, reaching the arms. So legs can stay in this little 3/4 bend. Hands will reach up to the ceiling, out, and then swim back up. So go up, out, swim back up. Good. Reach and a long lift through that tailbone. Good. Last two. Up and over. Last one. Reach to the ceiling, touch the back wall, and rest the legs for a second. Good. Ideally, we reverse that circle. So once your mind's right, maybe switch the legs up if you need to. Here we go. We're going to push down towards the floor. Swim up and around. So turn those palms towards the ceiling. Good. Back, turn, lift, and out. Back, turn, lift. Here's 3 more. Back, reach to the ceiling. So you're really pulling that rib cage up and off of that hip. Last one. Oh, legs are getting heavy. And rest. Good. As long as we're all having legs that get heavier at the same time. Okay, team. So now go ahead and straighten the legs out into that hamstring stretch, perhaps just a little bit more for the upper body as well. I want you to kind of point and flex those toes, make sure those ankles are still alive and happening. Today, we are going to move on into what we started last week, the boomerang. Hopefully having it a little earlier in the workout will give you a little more success, as if I had just waited for the very end. So I'm gonna put my hair away there. What I'd like for you to start, let's put my legs back in screen. Take one leg over the opposite, does not matter which one it is. So working on where we started, or we left off, I should say, I want you to have the hands behind you, and all I want you to do is lift the feet, switch the feet, and back. Good, so you're bending into the elbows, weight's going into the hands, lift the legs up, switch which one's on top, and rest. Good, lean, lift, switch, and release. Lean, switch, lift, release. Good, carry on. Lean, switch, lift, release. Oops, lean, lift, then switch and release. Only the few of you caught me there. And up. Good, last one. Back to where we started and rest. All right, so that was part A from last week. Part B will involve the arms, very similar to the teaser that we just did with the arm circles. So here we go. We are going to lean back, lift the legs up, hold. We are going to rock onto the shoulder blades. Here now, oh man, you can't see my feet, is where we are switching. Let me scoot forward just a touch. So once again, we're gonna lean back, rock onto the shoulder blades, then switch the feet here. You see how mine is now crossed? Hands are still on the floor. And then I want you to rock right back up. So go ahead and try that once without me. I know looking and doing is not the most easiest task. So you're crossing the legs, leaning back, lift the legs up, lift the hips, switch in the air, and then roll back down. So now I'm going to join you. We're going to rock back, lift the hips, switch in the air, and return. Okay, so we'll have 2 more. Other leg, we'll lift, we'll switch in the air as the hips are up and land. Last one, same action, lift, switch, and release. Good. No, it's a little kooky, but as long as we can learn how to keep our hands down and anchored and behind us when our hips are lifted, we're gonna be in good shape to keep building onto this boomerang in the coming weeks. Okay, so that's all we're doing. We're leaving it there. So now after boomerang, we're gonna move into what we call a leg pull down. Don't ask me why. Leg pull down, you're facing the ceiling. I didn't name the things. We can maybe have like a, an exercise name off if you want. Okay, so hands are behind you. Ideally, fingertips are facing sideways. That's the least aggressive on most people's wrists. You can take the fingertips facing behind you or facing towards you. Go right in the middle. Go right in the middle. Heels will be together, toes are slightly apart. Just leg pull down. I want you to lift the hips up to the ceiling into a reverse bridge. Hold. If this is super terrible on your shoulders, go ahead and come back down. You can either bring your hands closer to your hip and just do a miniature lift, so that way your hands are closer. But otherwise, try to keep them behind so you are in a full plank. So everyone, hopefully you rested during me saying that. Go ahead and lift back up and hold the hips steady. From here, I want you to pull your right knee towards your shoulder, lift it up, and bicycle it down. Pull the left knee towards your shoulder, lift the foot, press it down. Good. Bend right, lift up, and down. Then left, lift, and down. Right. We'll do just one more. I know the wrists are terrible. And up. There's a lot of tension, and rest. But hopefully that's what we get to do here in our nice little mat practice that we have. During this time, we get to strengthen some wrists and shoulders as time goes on. Okay, that's leg pull down. I don't know, don't ask me why. Leg pull up is in the reverse. So come on over. We're taking the hands underneath the shoulders, the feet back behind you. Ideally, this is done in a plank position, but if you need to be on knees today, I believe that's okay. If you're on knees, you're just gonna straighten your leg and pull it back. Straighten your leg and pull it back, okay? So for leg pull down for the rest of us, hands are underneath the shoulders, toes are lifted, or knees are lifted. One toe is lifted now, and I want you to pulse the body back towards the standing leg heel 2 times. Switch the feet, pulse back for 2 and 1. Switch the feet, lift, pulse back 1, 2, switch, pulse 1, 2, switch, pulse 1, 2, switch, last one, back, back. Good. Pull the knees back underneath the hips and rest for a second. Obviously, that's still a lot on the wrists, so go ahead and roll them around. Some stretches I like to do are just pulling the fingertips down beneath your hand. Even if you have a wall close by, I like getting onto that wall so that we can kind of stretch some of the pectoral muscles. Now from here, I'll get more into that later. Now from here, we're going back onto that push-up position. We are not lifting the leg up. This is basically what we call a front support, aka plank. Okay, hands are underneath, toes are underneath. If you need to be on knees, that's okay. And come on up and hold. So you have an inhale, and then exhale, press through the floor, lift the ribcage a little higher, and then inhale here, exhale, pull. If you can, try to walk your heels to touch, and so your toes are a little wider, and we just have this nice little mermaid tail that's holding you up. Inhale here, exhale, push the floor down. Last 2, big inhale, exhale. Last one, big inhale, exhale. Bring the hips to the ceiling, walk the hands towards the toes, and hang for a second. Hopefully this gets you a nice little stretch in the back of the hips and back of the leg. If it's just for decoration and you're getting more stretch in the upper shoulders, that's also okay since we've done some funky shoulder things. Okay, so now from here, go ahead and walk back out. But from here, I want you to take your far knee, so if it's my left knee, is coming underneath you at the hip, and we're gonna open the body up into this side kick series. Now this week, I know we've done a lot of side kick, so if these are just exceptionally terrible on your hip, let me know. But ideally, we're gonna do just a little bit more because they're all different every day. We're still in the side lying side kick series. They're just different motions. Okay, enough chit chat. Top leg is coming up. Pull the knee towards your shoulder. I want you to pull the knee towards the ceiling and then put the foot down. Good, straighten the leg out. I know, it's weird. Lift, bend, twist, down, and push. Lift, bend, twist, down, and push. A little quicker. Lift, bend, twist, down, and push. Lift, bend, twist, and push. So if you feel like you're pulling it to your knee, then you're deciding to stand up. Then you're like, oh, never mind. Lift, bend, twist, and lift, bend, twist. Here's 4 more. Up, bend, twist, and 3, lift, bend, twist. Last 2, da da da, and out, bend, twist, and rest. Now from here, we will reverse that. So pull the foot into you. So the instep is coming towards the other leg. Lift the knee up, turn the foot out, push the foot long and down. Good. Pull, lift, turn, push, down, lift. Uh-oh, sorry. And down. So we're gonna pull, then we're gonna lift, then we're gonna turn and push down. Pull, lift, turn, push, down. Pull, lift, turn, push, down. Pull, lift, turn, push, down. I'll get the words one day, guys. And a pull, lift, turn, push, rest. All right, walk yourself over to the opposite side. Same action. We'll start with a lift of this top leg. Hold. We'll bend the knee in second. Twist. Lower and out. Lift. Bend. Twist. Lower and out. Here we go. Up. Bend. Twist. Down. Out. Up. Bend. Twist. Down. Out. Up. Bend. Twist. Out. Down. I know. It's kind of like a little dance move. And lift, bend, twist, down, out, lift, bend, twist, down, reach, last two, out, and up, bend, twist, reach, and out. Good. Now for the reversal, we will pull the foot into the body, lift it up, turn, and push, down, pull, lift, turn, push, down, pull, lift, turn. Now, as smooth and easy as you can make it. Nice and easy like a dance move. Pull, lift, turn, twist. Pull, lift, turn, push. Pull, lift, turn, push. Gosh, my left is still heavy. It was heavy yesterday and the day before. Now I'm thinking I have a little bit of an alignment issue. And pull, turn, push. Last two. And push. Last one, pull, lift, turn, reach. Very good. Okay, so we're back on that first wrist side. Ideally, this leg now is going to have the heel turned up, toe turned down. So you'll have a slight roll of the hip, but hopefully not of the shoulders and everything in the upper body. Keeping that trunk stable, just rotating that heel to the ceiling. Okay, so from here, we are lifting this leg up for 12. Push that heel to the ceiling. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it in. Good. Now from here, instead of lifting it straight up, you're going to push and pull it out, okay? So 1, back, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, heel up, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Well, we do one way, we do the opposite way. Turn the toe up to the ceiling, adjust the hand as necessary. Pull the toe to the ceiling and up. 12, 11, 10, 9. Doesn't have to touch the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I know the quad's working. 1, and rest. Good. Pull that knee in. Same action, just a little kick and push. Or kick and pull, I should say. So here we go. Out for 12 and back. 2. My foot's suspended now. 3 and 4. Back. 5, 6, out. 7 and 8. Your standing leg should also be working, hopefully. And 9 and 10. So push that toe into the floor. And 12. Awesome. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Other side. I feel like the harder one is the turn in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why we started with it. Okay, so here we are for 12. Lifting that heel up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull the knee in, press out and away. 1, back, 2, in. Exhale, 4, 5, reach, 6, back, 7, inhale, exhale, 10, 11, and 12, and rest. Turning the toe upwards to the ceiling, readjusting the hip and shoulder if necessary. Keeping the toe lifted up for 12, and back, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, tap of the toe, the other foot is down, and lift, 2, and rest. Good, pull that knee into the body, heel will be suspended, kick up and away, 1, out, 2, in, 3, back, 4. Make sure those obliques are on to make sure you're holding the leg up with your obliques, not your leg. It's a little weird sounding, I know. Pull it in with the abs, not the leg. Last 2, and 1, and rest. Yeah, get a nice little child's pose. Make sure you're out of those wrists. You can really reach away from them as far as you can. Now from here, we're gonna come up into some standing work, very similar to kind of what we did last week at the end of the week. Come on up, and we'll have feet about hip distance apart. You won't see my arms, but I'm gonna reach the ceiling. So everyone go ahead and reach up the ceiling and hold the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone under, curl over as your hands reach down towards the floor. This first one, we are just hanging. So just bob the top of the body down. Maybe shift a weight side to side. Maybe kind of just hold your arms for an extra weight. And then from here, I want you to feel like your rib cage is pulling you back up. So you've got to tuck the tailbone under and curl. So your largest bend is in that mid back. Then come all the way up, reach tall to the ceiling, inhale up. Exhale, round. And then come all the way down to the floor this time. We'll walk the hands out into somewhat of a down dog. We're going to turn both toes towards me. So it doesn't matter which side you're facing, both toes towards me. And we are going to sit the hip down. Now remember how you got here, because we're getting up the same way. And then fold both legs behind you. All right, from here we have 3 mermaid on each side. Every transition is an exercise, guys. And back. We can't miss out and over. That's ideally what the advanced mat work looks like in Pilates. Every single motion, every single breath is purposeful to actually sustain the workout through the whole hour and whatever it takes. I'll be honest, whenever I do like a real advanced mat workout, it's way too long. It's like an hour, 15 minutes. Both hands are behind you. Bring that foot forward that's on top. So you have your top leg flat on the floor. Both hands are beside you. Push through the foot and hands as you come up. Unravel. Walk your hands back to your toes. Curl that rib cage up towards the ceiling. Reach the ceiling. Big inhale up. Exhale, round over. Good. Touching all the way down back to the floor. Walk your hands out into that small down dog. Turn your feet the opposite direction. Sit your hip down. And now you're in the same position, but opposite way. Pull that foot behind you, sit nice and tall. We'll have 3 mermaid, reaching one direction, up and over through the wall, the other side. Inhale here, exhale, reach across and up. Inhale, sit tall. Push the ceiling up and over. Good. Last one each side. Take it up, take it out, and back. Last one over. Good. Top leg anchors its foot down, so it's standing flat-footed. Hands are beside you at the shoulders. Press up onto that foot and hands to unswivel the legs. Walk the hands back towards the toes. Curl that rib cage up and rounding the spine. We'll reach the ceiling last time. Now from here, I'm gonna pull the camera back up. Okay, from here, swim the arms up and around so you reach behind you. Keep the hands low today. Bring your heels to your toes apart. As your hands stay low, opening that ribcage and collarbone, go ahead and lift up onto the toes. So lift the heels up and then come right back down. So now if you want to, you can lift the heart just a little higher to look towards the ceiling and then come back down. Maybe the balance is plenty. So wherever you need to be, either just lift the heels and come back down, or lift the heels and the chin and reach. Good, release. We have one more like that. Keep hold of those arms just as we did in that shoulder bridge earlier, and release. Good, now from here, hands can just be beside you. Actually, I'm just gonna face you for this one. Can be beside you. We're gonna come up into that balance again. Lift the heels up, hold. Look towards your right, hopefully that's your right. And then come center, look toward your left, and center, and then lower the heels back down. So the whole thing is with heels lifted. Come up, hold, look right, back, center, look left, look center, and release. Good, now we're gonna look the opposite way. So come up, hold,
look to your left. In center, look right. Oh, center and release. Good. Last one. Tall, hold. Look left. Look center. Look right, center, and release. Good. And then it's kind of a lot on the feet there at the end, but just roll the foot over the toes so that way they can get a little stretch of that front foot. All right, and then your last one you can either do now or later is going to be our little miniature runner's lunge slash single leg stretch that we do on the reformer. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, just pressing the hip forward towards that first heel as far as you can. This is terrible on your knee. You don't have to be on your knee. You can be here and just straighten and bend that front leg, which I know it's kind of hard to see my hair. Good. This leg is just straightening and bending. That's one of two options there. So I'm just gonna sit back and then move forward. And don't feel limited to do this only with me, everybody. Feel like you can do this post-walk, pre-walk, post-kids homework, pre-dinner, whatever you need. Go ahead and switch legs. Take it to the opposite side. So hopefully this is a nice, cool Friday for you. I don't know what the actual weather is looking like, but just that you're cool. You're staying nice and great in your situation and all that jazz. Good, get about 2 more there. And back wherever you are, standing or kneeling. And out. Good. And then last one. And then you are set and ready for your day.